I think we're set. And suddenly, after a certain amount of time, you see that God reveals himself, and it's beautiful. And this is Charles Lechleitner, member of the Eau Claire SDA Church and chair of the school board. He has an interest in Purim. Charles, can you tell us about that?
Well, just to give you a little background, we actually did a Purim celebration at our house last year. And we had so much fun doing it. And we decided, the church would really have a good time. We thought it would be a lot of fun. When you actually look at the biblical significance of the story, there's real strong spiritual relationships to our life and our battle with the forces of darkness, Satan. And so we thought, we need to bring this to the church so they can experience the joy of and celebrating God's deliverance of his people. You read through the entire book of Esther at Purim when you have your Purim celebration, and you just read through, and whenever Mordecai's name or Esther's name is mentioned, you cheer. Yay! And when Haman's name is, you boo.
Before
I felt free from the part because everybody was booing me, and at first I said, oh yeah, it's, I'm just getting booed and it's not that big of a deal, but then after it weighs heavy on you. Especially if you don't want to play that part.
They were dealing with the whole fighting with the Greeks. It was during the Persian Wars with the Greeks.
Okay.
Is when Esther was, and that's why they had that 6-month celebration, because they had just won a war with the Greeks.
Well, Purim was history, and the feast is a memorial to history. But we take this in our philosophy of history, saying that it is circular in nature, that issues that are unresolved in human culture, human society, will come around again to be a testing point again in the future. Certainly, one can't help but notice a similarity between the genocidal legislation that the king was induced to sign against the Jews with the Revelation 13 prophecy of a decree upon those who do not have the mark of the beast that will be put to death. And this is also a genocidal kind of action that is applicable only to God worshippers again. So there is this parallel between what was past will one day be in the future will happen again.
It's when we come to Jesus and we realize that he is the only one who can make any kind of transformation, any kind of change, any kind of change in the circumstances that we're in, that is the catalyst for the change I think that we should have. And I know that that's what I want to strive for. It floods out everything, just like in Habakkuk it says, he's looking at chapter 3 about what God is going to do as a destroyer, as a warrior to evil. And at the end, he says something special, that regardless of whatever circumstances he's in, regardless of whatever things he's going through, that the goodness of God overcomes any kind of devastation, any kind of sorrow that comes his way. And so you could see it in that regards, that it's a flooding out of evil by so much goodness.